all that you do. Really appreciate it. How's everyone feeling out there? Give me a thumbs up. It's good to see everybody smiling faces out there. I want to welcome everyone to our Saturday locker room and happy new life to everybody. Just so excited about this project that we've come together to work on. And to all the newest members that's a part of our organization that just came on board, just in case we have not met, my name is Greg, and this is our Saturday locker room. And we come together on Saturdays as a community to talk about a variety of different things. But as you guys know, we've launched a brand new project. And before I go any further, I just want to make this clear too. Please have your cameras on because we want to maintain the integrity of this call. We want to keep all trolls out of our environment. We want to keep everything positive because as you guys know, when you get ready to elevate to a whole nother level, Satan, the devil has a tendency to try to come in and just disrupt things, and we're not going to allow that to happen in our environment moving forward, okay? So please just turn the cameras on so that Terry can do what he needs to do relative to making sure we maintain the integrity of the call. But having said, yes.
I'm sorry, did you want to record?
Oh, I thought I did. My bad. Okay, let me do that real quickly. Thank you for that, Terry.
Recording in progress.
Fantastic. So once again, you guys, on Saturdays, we talk about leadership. We talk about increasing our financial literacy. But as you guys know, we've launched a new endeavor that we really feel is going to impact the world. And you guys are going to be a part of history. I got to tell you guys up front before we get started that putting something together on a global grand scale is not an easy undertaking. And we have an incredible group of what I like to call some ambassadors that have been beta testers, helping us through this process. Every line of code, everything that we're looking to put in place was done with the people, you guys, in mind. A lot of us have been a part of different projects where there's been rug pulls, there's been, failed promises, things of that nature. And we wanted to bring something to the marketplace that really can impact people. And so right now we're in pre-launch. So understand what we mean by pre-launch. We're going to be updating. We're going to make sure that it's working properly. So please have trust and patience in the process. I mean, when you're bringing a global enterprise to the marketplace, you can't expect it to be working just 100%. So as users begin to experience it, we're going to be getting feedback and we're going to be looking to make the proper adjustments on the user experience. The smart contract has been deployed, though, and as you guys know, when a smart contract is deployed, to those of you that are blockchain familiar, once it's been deployed, it's immutable, okay? No one has access to your money or anything like that, and that's what we want to have, something that was purely decentralized. And for those of you that don't understand the power of that, that means that you can't have anyone manipulating your money, restructuring your organization, or anything like that. You're going to have access to your money, okay? So we're here to build an international bank together, and I'm going to elaborate on that here more in just a moment. But to say that I'm fired up is an understatement, you guys. We've been working long hours. You guys have no idea the amount of hours and time that's been put into this to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to, really create that monthly recurring revenue, okay? And we're going to build this bank together. So I want you guys to be encouraged. Okay, in 2025. I want you guys to take ownership as well. This is not my project. This is not, Bishop Garnett's project. This is not Douglas Ford's project. This isn't Jonathan Green's project. This is not Beverly Davis's project. This is all of our project together because you are a revenue sharing owner. So begin to think like Elon Musk. One of the things that, that I want you guys to think about how imagine sitting at the table for the very first time with Elon Musk and they're getting ready to launch PayPal. What will be your marketing strategy? And we have that in place here. So each and every one of you, you have the opportunity to build your bank, your portion of Mosca as big as you want it to be, if that makes sense to everyone. So we're extremely excited about that. So what I want to do real quickly, I'm going to dive into it. And I want to make sure I cover some things. I'm going to cover some business items at the end and entertain some questions. But we're going to keep it very, very basic today. And as we go from week to week, we're going to add more and more on top of it so that you have a clear understanding of the process, how to onboard people, things of that nature. So just be patient with that as we're moving forward. But I want you guys to realize that we created this to be an experience to be had. We wanted this to take care of all things transactional, meaning all things as it relates to your money and your income, so that we can really get down to the business of the things that are transformational, meaning we want to basically have you bring your gifts to the marketplace. I was having a conversation with someone just the other day, and they were asking me questions about why we wanted to put this together. And I said, well, we put this together for selfish reasons. And he was like, what do you mean selfish reasons? I said, because we realize that if we can take care of people's money challenges, because we spend so much mental bandwidth worrying about money, taking care of bills, this, that, and the third, then once people no longer have to worry about money challenges, whereby they can cover their monthly expenses and then build from there, now people can start dreaming and really finding the gifts that you were meant to bring to this world, to this planet. Les Brown said a lot of years ago that the richest place on earth is not the diamond mines or the gold fields or gold mines and things of that nature. It's the graveyard, because so many people have died with their gifts inside of them. And our whole purpose for doing this is to make sure that we can get you on the other side of money so that you can bring your gifts in and I can take advantage of those gifts. I can share in those gifts, if you will. And so that is what this is all about, where we are able to do that collectively, if that makes sense, everyone. So having said that, I'm going to dive into showing you guys some stuff here. Let's go here. And what I want to talk to you guys about today, move this out of the way. We're going to be talking about how to, invite, sign up and activate. Okay. Now I'm going to keep this very, very basic. All right. For everybody, so that you can follow along and understand here. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys real quickly about what you need to do after your new citizen has their MetaMask wallet funded. All right. This is very, very important to understand moving forward. And so the next step after your new citizen has created and funded their MetaMask wallet, all right, is simply this. You want to type in the first name, last name, and email address and phone number of the individual. Now, this is very, very important, you guys, because some people have came in and they didn't do this. They just started inviting people, and we're going to make sure we make changes in the back office. It's important that you must get activated before sending out invites. That's very, very important that you get activated first before sending out invites, because if you don't do that, what ended up happening in the beginning of our pre-launch is that there wasn't necessarily a referral code attached to the invite, right? So you have to get activated first. So I just got off the phone with the developer. We have already got that covered up, whereby you won't even be able to send out the email invite until you've activated. So we want to make sure we put guardrails on that, because I know people are excited, but you got to get activated first. We want to keep this very, very exclusive. All right. So now what you want to do is you type in the first name, last name, and email address and phone number of the individuals. All right. Once you've activated, the important thing to understand is this, that the email cannot be changed. So make sure it's dedicated to Mosca, because it's going to be your identifier. In other words, when we start moving our currency in our ecosystem, which is the Mosca token, which is pay, dollar for dollar, we want to be able to put in the person's email address. And so everyone's email address will be in the database. And so you can just type in the person's email address and you can send them money, right, within the ecosystem, just like you would do with Cash App or PayPal or anything like that. All right. So make sure it's an email that's dedicated, okay, to Mosca. All right. Then once you've done that, you simply are going to press invite, and the email is going to be cookied to you as their referrer. All right. And it's going to be sent to your new citizen or enterpriser at that moment in time. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is when you do that, team, your new citizen will be prompted to click on the Get Started button. They're going to get this email notification. Thanks for joining us. This is from the invite that you guys sent out. And what they're going to do is they're going to just follow the how to sign up instructions. Now, here's a tip that I've put in here. We want to encourage you to walk them through the sign up process. We want to give people the white glove treatment as we evolve, we're going to have video tutorials. We're going to look to make this as hands-free as possible for the onboarding process. But during the pre-launch, I believe that it's very, very important that people, they put their hands on the wheel and walk people through that process, because what duplicates duplicate, right? So you want to make sure that you have other members that can do it independent of your involvement moving forward after you've shown them. So take the time to walk them through this process as I'm walking you through this process as well here, okay? So that's an important tip, and trust me, we're still working on getting the right tutorials in the back office. We're going to make sure that everything's there from a resource page perspective and everything like that. So just be patient with us as we're building all of that out. Make sense? Okay? So now, how do you go about signing up? All right? So once they check their inbox, your inviter is going to send you that getting started email for you to activate your Mosca Citizen wallet. So how does this work here? Number one, you want to open up and unlock your MetaMask by clicking on the Fox icon that you should have pinned near your browser that you guys see here. Make sure you pin your MetaMask near the browser. Now, if you don't know how to do that, there's a puzzle piece. You can't see it on this screen here, but there's a puzzle right here. You click on that, you'll see the MetaMask Fox icon. You want to pin that because you're not going to be able to get into your back office or log in or even sign up without having that unlocked, meaning that you're going to simply put in the password to unlock your MetaMask, all right? And then you're going to simply, after that, you're going to simply then click Connect Wallet, right? So that's what you're going to do. So you're going to connect wallet, and then you're going to come down here, and once you connect wallet, this is going to pop up. And so you're going to have the options of the MetaMask, the Wallet Connect, and I think it's also Coinbase. You're going to click on MetaMask for those of you that have the MetaMask. You're going to click on that MetaMask at that moment in time, right? So when you do that, after you click on the MetaMask, what's going to happen is you should see this address pop up here, right? That's your address, and that's where your withdrawals are going to come from. That's how you're going to fund, your activation. And anytime you withdraw your money, it's going to go to that specific address there. This is your money. For those of you that aren't familiar with MetaMask, it's Web3. It's purely decentralized. It's not on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or anything like that. It's your money. You have your seed phrases and things of that nature. It's almost like back in the day when my uncles used to keep cash underneath their mattress. They didn't like putting money in the bank. So that's how MetaMask behaves there, okay? So you're going to see that address pop up. You're then going to simply add your name, email address, phone number, and you're going to create a password. The password is going to be very, very unique. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have an uppercase, lowercase, a symbol, and things of that nature. We want to make sure that we create the real privacy, okay, in your password. So you're going to do that. For those of you that have already created an account, you're going to have the opportunity to reset your password. Right now, you've been grandfathered in, but we want to encourage you at some point in time to reset your password, and you'll be able to put in the uppercase, lowercase, some type of symbol or number and things of that nature as well. Okay. Now, once you've done that and you've seen your address pop up, then you're going to simply then press go to assign at that moment in time. All right. And then you'll be taken to your Mosca dashboard to activate your Citizen wallet to the smart contract. Once again, I want to make this abundantly clear, team. For safety measures and privacy, you're going to always be connecting your MetaMask to log in, right? So you're not just going to be able to log in without unlocking your MetaMask, all right? I'm going to make that abundantly clear. So now, how do you go about activating, all right? Once again, it's important that your MetaMask is open and unlocked in order to transfer the activation funds that you have downloaded to your in USD to your Mosca account. So here we go. How does this work? You're going to simply click the Activate Citizen or Enterprise, which is the best value. So that's what you're going to end up doing, right? So that's where you're going to go ahead and choose which one. Now, assuming that you already have your MetaMask wallet funded, right? And then once you do that, you're going to click on it'll take you to another page right here. And you're going to then click continue. All right. Now you're going to see an itemization of what it's going to cost you. So at Citizen, it's one amount. At Enterprise, it's a different amount. You're going to simply click continue. There's going to be a two-step confirmation on the blockchain in real time. So you're going to end up pressing the first confirmation button to confirm. Be extremely patient here. What I want you guys to really understand is that this is what decentralization is all about. Okay? So we don't want to just forsake, convenience for not being able to control our money. I want to make that abundantly clear. So you're going to click the first confirmation. Okay? And then another one's going to pop up again. The second confirmation is going to pop up. All right? This may take a moment, but be patient as it's activating your smart contract. Make sense, everyone? So be very, very patient here. And then it's going to ultimately then take you to the next stage. So it happens once your smart contract is confirmed, you're going to experience your wallet balance numbers. They're going to be triggered. You're going to see confetti fly. Congratulations, your bank is open for business. Okay? What's going to happen next is your inviter will receive notification in their back office as well. So in their back office, it'll go from pending to paid. So then your inviter is going to send you their pay it forward token. All right. And then you're going to view how to invite and share your Mosca platform. We're going to have all that in the back office. That's forthcoming. So once again, be very, very patient with us as we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's. All right. That makes sense, everyone. So that's the process. Okay. Now I want to talk to you guys real quickly about how to invite and share your Mosca platform. This is going to be critically important. You definitely want to take a massive action very, very quickly when it comes to building, your enterprise here. All right. The first thing that we want to begin to do, you guys, and people overlook this and they don't think that this is important, but this is so critical. This may be the most important part of developing your three strategic partners business right here. This is like a literal financial blueprint. We want to remove all the guesswork. And so we want to make sure that we take this very, very seriously. So once your person has gotten activated, you want to get with them and we want to talk to them about knowing their lifestyle costs because we're talking about building wealth here. And so what wealth really means is when your monthly recurring revenue, all right, covers your current lifestyle costs or your monthly expenses. I know a lot of you want to be multimillionaires from day one. I get that, but let's be realistic in terms of our approach here. We want to make sure that everyone knows what their monthly expenses are. Write that down, all right? And understand in our environment, cash flow is more valuable than cash accumulation. And people, you guys are going to understand that more and more and more. And why do we say that? Your bills are residual in nature. And so many people, they want to get so caught up in making a whole lot of money. But if they're just accumulating money and it has no residual component to it, then that money's already spent. So we want to make sure that people understand the power of monthly recurring revenue and that cash flow is more valuable than cash accumulation. Have them write down their monthly expenses. So if your monthly expenses right now is $2,000 a month or whatever your paycheck is right now that you're getting, write that down. So we want to know your lifestyle costs. Take the time to do this with your members and have them write down their current lifestyle costs. Next, write down the number of weeks it will take them to achieve that monthly recurring revenue. And the best reference point is the 10-week game plan that we show in our presentation. You guys, that's literal. In fact, in some cases, you're going to find that we've underpromised and over-delivered when it comes to the compensation in that 10-week game plan. But we have an expectation that when you get involved, okay, that you're going to identify your 3 strategic partners within 7 days or less. That is the expectation. It's not something that, if I can and all that. Let me be very, very candid and blunt, if I can, and charge what I'm getting ready to say to my head and not my heart, is that if you don't think that you can get 3 people or you're dealing with anyone that doesn't think that they can get 3 people, then don't sign up. Don't get involved in the ecosystem. This is an exclusive invitation. All right. This is very, very important to understand. Don't just bring people in because they can fog up a mirror, but they don't have any intention to identify their 3 people. Okay. So don't just look at people with a dollar sign on their forehead. You're building your own PayPal. You're building your own international bank. And so just like Elon Musk, as much as he may love some of his siblings and cousins and everything like that, if they're not bringing anything to the table where they can execute the 2 steps and activate 3 accounts, then he's not going to do business with them. You have to have that same kind of mentality, team. And then step number 3, start building your community. Identify 3 trustworthy partners is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Help them understand our vision, all right, our culture, and the predictable outcomes for completing 2 steps one time. And this is something that is really near and dear to me, and that is this: the lack of trust is fatal to a free society. We live in a society right now where it's all about divide and conquer, and they do a good job at whether it's the news, whether it's war, whether it's black or white, whether it's Democratic or Republican. All of these different things are tactics to dilute our power to come together and work synergistically to accomplish something like unity and wealth across the globe. So we want to make sure that you're bringing in people that can keep their word, right? That's not going to get in and quit after a week and get frustrated and say this doesn't work. Anyone's inability not to identify 3 people is not an indication of whether this project works or not. Let me be abundantly clear about that. This works if you work it. We can't lower the fruit any lower than people bringing in or helping, let's not say bring in, helping 3 people position themselves to earn unavoidable residual cash flow from this day forward, and teaching that duplication process. Okay. Now, so how to effectively invite? You don't want to be the type of person that fire hoses people. Okay. And so the one thing you want to do is you want to contact them by phone. So as you guys can see here, the tip that we put in here, have excitement and urgency, but this is so important. Never text someone an invite when you're making a multi-million-dollar offer. Let's be professional. Let's have posture. The problem that I see with social media is that everyone's spamming with their blowhorn. Oh, I got a great opportunity. I got a great opportunity. And what we're doing is we're prostituting the business, and it sounds like every other business that's out there. We want to be different in the marketplace, right? So what you want to do is, if you're going to do the social media aspect of it, give value first. Just give value, and people are going to plug in, and then DM people and say, hey, can I have a conversation with you? I'd like to share something with you. But you don't want to just be saying Mosca is the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, we want to stay extremely exclusive, all right, if you're going the social media route. But this is really designed for a warm market, you guys. And so some of you are going to have to revisit your friends and family, okay, and get them to understand the power of what this is. And so what you want to be able to do is just give them a phone call and have the excitement and urgency. And when you call them up, just say, you know, if a person's name is Chris, like my little brother's name is Chris, this is your big brother, man. Look, I want to go into business with you. You know, talk like you would talk to them, and they know when you're excited. Be like, I want to go into business with you. You don't have to change your personality. Whatever your style of excitement is, okay, then just be that way. You don't have to change how you talk because you're asking someone to go into business with you, okay? If they ask, you know, what's this about? Say, man, it's about having our own bank. This is an extremely exclusive deal. All right. And the reason why you want to keep it very, very simple, you don't want to give them all the answers. You don't want to start talking about, well, you got to get 3 and then you get, they get 3. You don't want to start talking like that because it sounds like everything else. People get so caught up in the marketing approach in 3 who gets 3 or 2 who gets 2. And then people think they know what this is about. We are not network marketing. We are a cooperative. We've literally flattened the pyramidal structure because we are decentralized. So the tip that we have here is that the truth doesn't need a whole lot of words, team. It's the lies that require elaboration. So don't talk too much, all right? Just say, answer the question. It's about having our own bank. It's an extremely exclusive deal. Why? Because it is. And then you want to immediately invite them to attend the meeting. And so that's number 3. You want to invite them to the Zoom meeting and say, look, I'm hosting a strategic partnership meeting on this date, this time. That's going to supply you, give you all the details, and you can answer any, ask any questions at that moment in time. They'll be answered then. Can you attend? All right. And they say yes, you're going to text them the Zoom link with the details immediately. All right. Now we have a PDF that we put in motion that some of you can use. If some of you feel comfortable enough to actually do one, you can actually do one yourself. Okay. And I want to encourage you guys to really take your business by the hand. Put your hand at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock and be willing to be bad before you're good and good before you're great. And it's not about, what you say. It's about how you feel about what you're sharing with them. Okay. So simple scales, fancy fails. Just invite. All right. Just invite. And then send them a reminder text with the Zoom link details. I would do it maybe 30 minutes before the meeting because people get busy in life. They may forget or whatever the case may be. Send them a reminder. One of the things that you can also do if you feel comfortable in doing it, I know this is something that one of our leaders, they like to do when they pique someone's interest. They'll call someone up and with excitement say, hey, listen, I got to ask you a question. If you had the opportunity to sit at the table with Elon Musk and everybody else in the very beginning to bring PayPal to market, what would be your marketing strategy? Right? If you had the opportunity to sit at the table with PayPal in the very beginning, before one account was opened up, what would be your marketing strategy? And what you'll find is that people really don't know what the marketing strategy they would use. And that's where the video that we supply and show people, that's when we show them that was PayPal's marketing strategy to have over 430 million users and close to $30 billion in revenue moving through their ecosystem, and that we're using the same exact marketing strategy. So when they come to the presentation, they're going to be able to relate to what we're doing and see the value of our marketing approach, but also most importantly, see the value of the utility of our Citizen Wallet and what we're doing in terms of building a bank worldwide. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense to everyone so far. Okay. I want to show this to you guys because it's important really to understand how valuable this opportunity, this moment in time is. You guys, we're experiencing the great wealth transfer right now. It's happening right underneath our noses, underneath our feet, right at this moment in time. And so when you look at what industry is the most profitable, you can just Google it. Number 1, banks. They're the money center. All right. They rank first on the list of the most profitable industries in the U.S. So understand there is no bigger game than what it is that we're doing and what we're taking place in. And as you guys know, the entire financial industry is going through a facelift because everything is going on the what? Blockchain. Now, which sector, all right, has the most millionaires? It's the financial services industry. They produce more millionaires than any other industry according to the Wealth Report. And it's because this sector plays a critical role in managing, growing, and deploying money worldwide. That is exactly what we're doing as we're connecting these wallets, the citizen wallets around the world. We're actually managing, growing all of our citizens and enterprises' monthly recurring revenue, and deploying money worldwide. We're creating a raging river of cash so we get to own the track collectively without betting on the horses. And make no bones about it, this is just phase 1 of what it is that we're doing, team. All right. This thing is going to be built for scale. All right. I want to play this short video for you because it's so important that you guys understand the moment and the power of where we sit as an organization. Because, sometimes you're going to hear people say, well, what's the product? And it's only because they're still stuck in the industrial age way of thinking, right? They haven't recalibrated and understand we're in the 21st century. It is 2025, right? We don't have manufacturing plants all over the United States anymore. That's been put offshore. So everything is dematerializing. It's all about services, All right. It's not just about goods and construction and all that kind of stuff. So what you guys see here, all right, this line, red line, it represents from 1965, the growth of the services, the intangible industry. And you see here, the blue is going down. That's the industrial, the manufacturing, everything. That's been going down since 1965. So I want you guys to hear this real quickly to give you guys some more perspective about what we have our hands on, okay?
Main reasons in the neoliberal era, since the rise of free market fundamentalism in the late 1970s, that we've seen the massive deindustrialization of the U.S. economy and other financialized Western economies. They have destroyed their manufacturing sector, and instead, everything has become geared toward the service sector, and in particular, the financial industry. And what we see is that wages in the U.S., compensation has been stagnant ever since the rise of neoliberalism in the 1970s. And at the same time, compensation for workers in the financial sector, bankers, asset managers, these parasites, they have become richer and richer. Their compensation has more than doubled since the early 1980s, whereas the compensation of non-financial workers has been stagnant.
All right. So why do I share that with you guys? Just to give you guys the belief and understanding of where you're sitting, that you don't have to look to the left or to the right. There's no bigger game. And we've looked to simplify this as much as we could for the average person to be a part of this great wealth transfer. So what we're talking about doing is putting each and every one of our members in a position to be revenue sharing owners of this fintech infrastructure, right? This is about you guys owning the track. You guys need to understand that your wallet and every wallet after you is your ownership. No one's going to have access to that money. This is willable, sellable. You can give it away. It's yours. So to help you understand what we're talking about here, you guys see SaaS and BaaS. SaaS stands for software as a service. Remember that video where I just shared with you, it's the services that's the major league in making money. It's not about the tangible hardcore products like weight loss products and juices and berries and all that kind of stuff. You got to get that out of your mind. All right. Everything is becoming dematerialized. It's about services. So what we're a part of is a software as a service. And then BaaS is blockchain as a service. That is what you guys have. It's a smart contract on the blockchain that provides this as a service for you and anyone that comes in after you. What we're doing is we're utilizing the network effect. This is our social capital and trust network. Let me tell you guys something. For those of you that are having a hard time saying, well, what if I can't get 3? My heart goes out to you because this is what you guys need to understand, that, your network determines your net worth. And so you're going to have to do a checkup from the neck up and just start. Maybe some of you are going to start to realize is that, I haven't really been associating or put myself in position to be around people that are playing at a different level. And just to give you guys some perspective here, there's people that go to Harvard, right? Or Ivy League schools. And it begs the question, well, why do they go to Harvard and all that? It's not because the education is different from any other public college institution. The main reason why there's people that are attracted to Harvard and schools like that, because they go there to network. It's the relationships while they're there that is going to determine that they're going to have for the next 20, 30, 40 years of their life. See, we're not taught that in our schools and institutions. And many of us, we're not taught that in our homes either. And I'm sharing that even with my daughters at a very young age. I'm like, listen, it's all about your network. When you're in college, network with the sharpest and brightest, people that want to, be about something, because those relationships are going to be with you for the rest of your life. Some of you, when you look back on your relationships, you start to realize that when you call some of your friends and family right now, all they want to do is reminisce about the good old days, the 80s, the 90s, right? They don't really talk about vision in terms of where they're going. You're going to have to be the one that changes the conversation in your household and in your network. And you're going to have to tell them it's time to grow up. Let's get wealthy. Let's leave a legacy behind. So we have the network effect. just like what PayPal did with our social capital and our trust network, identifying three and teaching duplication. And then this is the marketplace, transactions amongst buyers and sellers. Because of decentralization, we're in a decentralized marketplace on the blockchain with a smart contract. Remember, we're both the buyer and the seller. We're both the lender and the borrower in our ecosystem. And it's the MOSCA, okay, infrastructure that allows us to capitalize on all three of these things synergistically. And it only takes completing 2 steps one time that can create the lifestyle that most of us only dreamt about. And so everything that we've done is to put this in motion. Okay. So hopefully you guys are, starting to get the picture. Be patient with yourself. Okay. In terms of the onboarding process and things of that nature. This is not that difficult once you work through it one time or a couple times. It won't be difficult for you guys, as you practice this thing. Okay. It's so important to just be patient with yourself and understand that this is just a little bit different than what you may be accustomed to.